I just love being here. I love listening to the radio, and what they talk about on the radio is relevant to me in my immediate life. And the fact that when I'm sitting on a bus or standing in line at the supermarket, I'm speaking to the person next to me as if they were, you know, my neighbor or my cousin or something like that. And I love living in Tel Aviv. I love my community here. Really feel like my life has come together in the way that I dreamt it would when I came on Aliyah.
There are many things that make me feel home in Israel. One of them is the way that Israelis interact with each other. I very feel a part of that now. It's this warm interactions where someone who's a stranger one minute can feel like your cousin the next.
When there was that big snowstorm a few months ago, we lost our heat. We had no heat for a little while. And my wife called one of our neighbors over, and the next thing you know, every single neighbor in our building was in our apartment trying to figure out what was going on and how they could help. And it was really this warm feeling about how everyone really cared about us, and they genuinely wanted to help and be there for us. And you know, we're always knocking on each other's doors and offering to, you know, watch our kids and can I borrow this and borrow that, and it's really this strong sense of family.
I love that it's a Jewish state, and that, you know, the buses say Chag Sameach, and that everyone says Shabbat Shalom, whether they're religious or not. It's just a part of the culture here. Something that was sort of part of my own personal life in New York is part of the national culture here. And that's something that I've never gotten sick of. You know, that's something that's always been really amazing to me.
I like that the kids have much more identity about their Judaism and where they're from. Their involvement in the Tzofim, the Israeli scouts here. Their future involvement when they'll be going to the army and the importance of that. Those are all things that we changed their lives, we changed our lives, but it's all been extremely, extremely positive, and I have no regrets whatsoever. I
live a 15-minute drive from Yerushalayim, and at work I'm a 15-minute walk from the old city. And I can get to the Kotel anytime I want, and there is this infusion of spirituality everywhere you walk.
I moved here around the time of Yom Ha'atzmaut, and I was able to see a really strong pride in being an Israeli citizen. And that value, those values that were instilled in me then, are still with me now, over 10 months later. I feel those values every single day, the pride in being an Israeli citizen, to be living in this country that we've constantly fought so hard to keep. It's definitely something that's still with me today.
Last year I was at the Nefesh Aliyah mega event, and this year I'm here in Israel. Last year I felt like a Jew living in Chutz La'aretz, and now I'm Israeli, which is a paradigm shift in my life.
Only a year ago, we were at the Mega Aliyah Fair, and this was all a project. And now we're here, and we really feel like we belong, that we're part of this country.
Last year at this time, we were only starting our Aliyah process, and now we're here, and we could have never imagined that this would have met our expectations or even far exceeded our expectations. Thanks to Aliyah, we're able to educate our children the way that we want to and live the life that we've always dreamed.
Last year's mega event seems like a million years ago, but once I got off the plane at Ben Gurion Airport, I felt I had come home. And to feel like you're really, the cliche that Nefesh uses, living the dream, it's really true. It's not a cliche. You feel it. It invigorates your life. It just permeates everything that you do once you get off that plane. So that going to a cafe or to the supermarket and you say, I'm an Israeli today, it makes all the difference in the world.